All right, welcome, folks. Um, so it's January 28 today. It's about 27 degrees, and I'm beginning this journey at around 11:30 a.m. And here we are in Canal Park, right along the Grand River in Grand Rapids. Um, Nice little park. Uh, Leads into 6th Street Park. Um, and then the 6th Street Bridge is what kind of connects the two, Canal Park and 6th Street Park. So 6th Street Bridge is what we're going to be uh, going towards here and taking at the beginning of our journey. But yeah, over on the left side, I'll point out we have City Built Brewery, which is a good spot here. Some nice condos along the river as well here. Excuse me. So across the street here is the beginning of 6th Street Park, but we're going to go ahead and take a right and go down the 6th Street Bridge. And this is one of my favorite bridges in Grand Rapids. And then we're going to take a left and make our way to the fish ladder. Across the river there, you can see the Embassy Suites. It's a newer building, and they're also adding on to that as well and doing another addition. And overall, that 601 Bond Apartments over on the right side, the taller building there too. They've just been doing a lot of construction around that area in general. It's the Belknap neighborhood there. And we're passing Plant Moran on the right. So the fish ladder is definitely one of the more popular stops along the Grand Rapids Riverwalk. And here we can see some fishermen down there. And let's continue to make our way down into the fish ladder here. It looks like we're going to interrupt a photo.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry. So there's been a lot of discussion lately, over the past few years in Grand Rapids about removing the fish ladder and bringing the Grand River back to more of a natural rapids. So I guess that'll be interesting to see what develops with those discussions. I'm not sure if that'd be a good thing for the fishermen or not. So now let's continue to make our way to the Bridgewater Place. And it says closed for season here. I have done this before, but I will say be very careful because you can see there's no no railings on this section of the trail. So certainly you don't want to catch a bit of ice and fall into the river there. Also, just be aware there's an obstacle here coming up with the snowplow section where you do need to kind of, lift your bike up and or either put it underneath the railing there. And I'm going to go ahead and lift it up this time. I've done a couple other times of putting it under the railing and finally figured out that lifting it is a little bit easier. So the Bridgewater Place is right on Michigan Ave and the Grand River here. It's one of the tallest buildings in the city and one of the most kind of recognizable buildings as well. Over to the left there, that long building is the DeVos Place. That's kind of our main convention center in Grand Rapids. I'm going to go ahead and give a better view here of the Bridgewater Place. Certainly is one of my favorite buildings in the city. It's kind of like two buildings connected into one with that large lobby there in the bottom. And one part of the building there is, businesses, and then the other is condo residentials. So now, folks, we're going to be entering Ah Nab Awen Park. This park is kind of one of the main spots for festivals in Grand Rapids. A lot of food trucks come here, and even music festivals as well. There's a little stage here at the bottom. They also do fireworks from Ah Nab Awen Park for 4th of July and things like that. And here, this is kind of neat to point out. It's currently the World of Winter going on right now in town, and so that's what those big blow-up gnomes are for. So now we're going to be coming up on the Grand Rapids Public Museum. But first, I just want to point out some of the view of these large buildings here. The JW Marriott is in the middle. The Amway Grand Hotel is on the left. And then the Courtyard Marriott, combined with the Plaza Apartments, is the one on the right side. So those three buildings, in addition to the Bridgewater Place, make up the four tallest buildings in the city. So now, on the right side here is the Grand Rapids Public Museum. It's a cool spot to stop and visit for sure. They have the carousel there as well. And now we can see the Blue Bridge. Just beautiful out today. And I'm lucky it's not too icy either. So let's make our way up to the Blue Bridge here and check that out. If you go straight down below underneath the Blue Bridge, the riverwalk continues a little bit further in front of the Ebhard Center, but then you need to take some steps up to Fulton Street. So essentially, this is about where the riverwalk ends. So here we are on the Blue Bridge, and certainly has a great backdrop with the large buildings here. Lots of things going on, on this bridge as far as different outdoor art pieces. And we're going to go ahead now and take a break from the riverwalk and actually get a little bit more into downtown. So the Courtyard Marriott and Plaza Apartments is right on our right, and the AC Hotels is that red brick building in front of us there. We have 20 Monroe Live to the right, and we are now on Monroe Avenue, one of the main streets in downtown. The left there is the 99 Monroe building. A lot of businesses in there, quite a few law firms. And we're gonna take a stop in Rosa Park Circle. And this is a popular walking area for tourists and, Grand Rapids locals alike. It's close to a lot of the hotels. You got the Amway, the JW, the Courtyard. Then you also have the AC Hotel, the Homewood Suites, the City Flats. Certainly there's a lot right around this city center area. So we just passed the Rosa Park statue, and we are now hopping on Monroe Center. So over to the right, we can see some ice skaters, and every winter they freeze over the Monroe Center Park area there and open that up for ice skating, which is pretty neat. In front of us now on the right is the Graham. That's the Grand Rapids Art Museum. Certainly a worthwhile visit. And you got the Uccello's restaurant on the ground level of the historic lead yard building there on the left. Right now, we're on Ottawa Ave, making our way down towards Michigan Street. And so in front of us here on the left, we have the Waters Building, which is home to the Homewood Suites. And then it is also contains some business suites and some apartments too. Ottawa Ave is, parallel with Monroe Ave and another kind of one of the main streets through downtown here. On the right side, we've got the Kent County Circuit Court. And on the left side, we have the Fifth Third building, and we're going to be making our way up the ramp here. And I like to explore this area just because it's a little bit less frequently traveled compared to the Riverwalk and some of the other, Monroe Center type streets. So we're gonna be making our way right now towards the Calder Plaza. And in fact, this is the Calder Plaza building that we're going underneath right now. Right in front of us, this is, I believe, some sort of, it actually might be the City Hall. If that's not the City Hall, it's the one right next to it. But otherwise, it's just another city building. But now here we are in the Calder Plaza area. We have a cool World of Winter art piece here. Haven't seen this one yet. And even some music to go along with it. Yeah, pretty cool. And then we have the Alexander Calder statue. La Grande Vitesse. I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation, but this is the Alexander Calder. And right here is the federal court building. It's the federal court for the Western District of Michigan. So again, right to the left there is the City Hall. And then in front of us, that long building, we'll have a better view in a moment, is the DeVos Place Convention Center. So here we're approaching the intersection of Monroe and Michigan. Michigan is up there. And here's so we have the Rowe building. Atwater Brewing is on the main level there, and that's a great spot to visit. And this is the DeVos Center, the big convention center. A lot of things going on there. So now we're gonna make our way back towards Ottawa Ave. Another good view of the Calder statue. And great to see the sun out a little bit too. So here we are on the one-way, Ottawa Ave. And just making our way down. We're passing the 300 Ottawa building on the left. And then also coming up on the 200 Ottawa building. And there's the Fifth Third building on the right. Once again, the Kent County Circuit Court on the left. Then a beautiful new building there on the left after the intersection too is the Warner building, which is also connected to the Hyatt Place Hotel. Great restaurant, Tupelo Honey there on the main level. So we're going to be making our way down Monroe Center here. Nice Mediterranean restaurant there, Parsley. Definitely recommend the Euro Rice Bowl there. And we also had passed Madcap Coffee, which is certainly a good visit as well. And passing Ionia Ave, continuing down Monroe Center. And on the right side, we have a new Vietnamese restaurant, Monsoon, which is a good stop. And then we also just passed Brick and Porter, which is a good bar and restaurant. There's some new apartments there. So, you know, certainly even right on Fulton Street, Fulton and Division, you know, there's continuing to be a lot of new construction happening around here. And we're going to make our way to the Veterans Memorial Park. But right now we're on Fulton Street, and I'm going to be taking a left here. passing the Mexican spot Mexo on the right. I'm actually going to be going there tonight for dinner. So now on the left there is the Veterans Memorial Park. You can see the big statues there. Cool church. And then a cool building here is the Grand Rapids Public Library. So that's one thing I like about Grand Rapids is you have a nice mixture of new and old buildings. Another one here on the left side is the Grand Rapids Civic Theater. A lot of plays and musicals happening there. So we just passed through Division Street. We're taking a little alley shortcut. And this is the Morton building right in front of us. And now we're going to be hopping on Ionia Ave. MVP Sportsplex to the left there. You got a Kendall College of Art and Design on the right. And then I did want to take a look here quickly too at St. Mark's Church right in front of us now. This is I think one of the cooler churches in the downtown area. So now we're jumping back over here into the Ah Nab Awen Park area, and wanted to just do a little bit of e-bike adventuring. So here in front of us we have the Gerald R. Ford Museum, the Presidential Museum. So I'm riding Rad Power bikes, Rad Rover, and this is the Rad Rover 5. And so you know, it's got the pedal assist and the throttle. Makes it easy to do this e-bike exploration. So right in front of us, though, folks, is the burial site for President Gerald R. Ford and his wife, Betty Ford. Right next to the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum there. So here we are, just kind of tearing up the Ah Nab Awen Park on the e-bike a little bit, just having some fun. But now we're gonna shift gears over to the west side of downtown. We've got the Big Boy and the YMCA. But specifically, what I wanted to point out here was the DeVos campus for the downtown Grand Valley University. And so that is coming up here on the left side. And we're gonna take a left here in a moment and just get a little bit of a better view at it as well. So yeah, this is the DeVos campus. So here we are now on Bridge Street on the west side of Grand Rapids, and you can see the Bridgewater Place ahead of us. We've got some nice spots like the Jolly Pumpkin on the right, and the New Holland Brewery on the left. So Bridge Street connects to Michigan Street, and this highway ramp right in front of us is kind of the differentiator. Now, what I'm doing right now, folks, I do not recommend, but I will say I've done it before. Never had an issue yet. So now we're on Scribner Ave. And this is right along the side of the Bridgewater Place. And we're going up, and then we're about to go down. This is a good spot for free parking. One of the only spots around downtown where you'll find, non-meters and non-enforced parking. So here we are going down Scribner, right along the highway. And we're going to be taking a right on 6th Street, going back across the 6th Street Bridge, and then entering into 6th Street Park. So we started our journey going through Canal Park and coming across 6th Street Bridge, and now we're going back across and going to continue on from Canal Park into 6th Street Park. So here we are taking a right and entering into 6th Street Park. So we're coming up to the other side, the fish ladder on the other side of the river. And you can kayak down the Grand River too, folks, and I encourage more people to do so. I enjoy doing it when the weather's nicer. You do need to take the kayak out, though, of course, when you come to the fish ladder area there. So there's a little boat launch that you can kind of carry the kayak and over the fish ladder and drop it back in. It's a little bit inconvenient. You do actually need to hop a fence, and it's one thing I'd like to see the city make a little bit more accessible, is the river for kayaking. So we're jumping off the Riverwalk now, taking a little shortcut and getting back on Monroe Ave, and then we're going to work our way up Michigan. So we've got the post office here is on the right, and Michigan State, of course, is on the left. And Michigan State has just been starting to build, in downtown lately, and been putting a couple buildings up on Michigan Ave. And you can see kind of up on that ridge up there ahead of us. That's where we were looking down. So now we're going up the hill, up Michigan, and this is what's called Medical Mile. And to switch sides of the road and continuing up Medical Mile, we have the Van Andel Institute right ahead of us, and then the Helen DeVos Children's Hospital right behind that. A very well-known area for the medical and pharmaceutical industries, and more buildings continuing to be constructed as we speak right now too. You can see the crane up there ahead of us. Well, thanks for joining, folks. That's the end of our journey.